All right, this challenge this week to either remove from your house or abstain from purchasing the foods that are a thorn in your side. I say that because some of you might not be struggling with, like maybe you have gotten to the point where you can just say no to something and it's totally fine and you just don't do it. Or maybe you're like doing great with portion control of certain foods. Um, and then for those of us who, when I say it's a thorn in your side, it's like you have tried the portion control. You have tried to say no. You have tried to say not yet. You have gotten to the point where you're just like really tired of wanting to be in control and not being able to control it. Um, this is where I would say get rid of it. Like just don't have it in your house. Don't bring it home. Don't purchase it. And then you can't be tempted by it. I know for myself, I have been through seasons where I have cut out sugar and I have gotten so desperate to have something sweet that I have literally gone into the back of my baking pantry and eaten sprinkles, like little Jimmy sprinkle, because I wanted something sweet. Like that's how out of control my sugar cravings can get. Can you imagine like offering someone like, "Oh, would you like some sprinkles?" Like that's not a food. Like people don't eat, you're not supposed to just eat those, right? So I tell you that to like hopefully make you feel better about any like if you've eaten in shame or guilt and hiding, right? Where you're just like you kind of have that moment sometimes where you go, what am I doing? Why am I eating this? But there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ. We are new creations. You don't have to feel guilt and shame, but you do have to like take back that control, right? And so I have to like stop myself and throw away the sprinkles in those moments. When I have that little moment of like, what am I doing? That's you have to act on it immediately. You can't let it sit and go, never mind, it's fine, like whatever. Um, and so when I cut out sugar, I have to purge my house of anything that will tempt me. And that includes things like sprinkles that I know I will get desperate and want to eat. And so if you are in this spot where you are struggling to do portion control, you're struggling to say no, and you want to be able to, like you want to be in control, you want to be able to say no, and it's just not happening for you, that this is the time to not bring it home or throw it out, get rid of it altogether, and not have it like visibly in front of you. So sometimes it works. Like if I make a baked good and I just am having one of them, I put the rest on a plate and ask my husband to take them to work and share them with his coworkers, right? Or I take some to the neighbors. And then it's great because like you're doing something kind for someone else, but um, you're not being tempted. Like you don't have it sitting around and staying with you forever, right? So there's ways to do that portion control, but you have to have the plan ahead of time. Like you have to plan on, hey, I'm going to have a brownie and then I'm going to bring the rest of the pan to you. Otherwise, we'll all keep it and it'll sit on our counter. And we will say, I will have one a day. And then you will certainly have half a pan a day because that's the portion size for an addict, right? Is just like continue and continue until you maybe get that little voice in your head that says stop, but maybe not. So prevent rather than having to react with like, oh man, why did I do that? So just remove the temptation altogether by not having it in your house, not purchasing it. If you get pushback from your family, then sit down and have an honest conversation and say, hey, this food is not good for me. Here's why. I want to be living in control of my body and my actions, and this food makes it really hard for me to do that. I've also noticed that this food is really not good for us in general because it's loaded with sugar and fat, saturated fat, whatever it is, right? Like this food is not really like nourishing our bodies. And so I think it's best if we limit how much we have this. I think we could totally plan on having this once a month or for a birthday or for this celebration. We can plan that out. But just having them around is not a great idea for our family. And so we're not going to buy them anymore. End of story. You get to make those decisions for your children and for yourself. And when it's a partner or spouse, you get to say, hey, I really need your help with this. I need this to not be in the house. If it's in the house, I need to not be able to see it. I need you to put it either here, 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 or take it to work with you. End of story. Let me reach out if you need help with that. Don't bring it home. You can do it.